Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine, and today we will be doing a reading for Cancer. I've done your reading, Cancer, with my combined deck, 4-in-1 of the Threads of Fate, Weaver, Tarot, and Oracle deck, both the Lumen and Shadow editions. So you'll be seeing all four of those in your spread today. I'm chuckling because at the split of your deck is the split. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The split, we have the Trust card appearing, and this card talks about communication between you and your spirit guides, or just your spirit team, especially with this moth energy. The moth energy brings up kind of like a supernatural or even paranormal aspect to it. So it's talking about communication beyond some type of veil. And what it's talking today about is trusting the messages that you receive from your team. In spite of, because at the bottom of the deck we have the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords talks about a complete total utter ending. Like, it is abrupt, it can be painful, and what this is really interesting, because it's like, it's as if you feel as though this ending is occurring. But what I want to say is that you're perhaps, maybe you're receiving message that's saying that that is counteractive to this, to what you're feeling. So it's talking about trusting that, almost like there's not an ending, especially with this 10 of Swords being in the shadow. It's like you feel as though perhaps we could be talking about with your spirit team, like you feel like it's ended, or something is blocked off from you. Communication, right, is blocked. And I want to say that, especially with what's on the table, that this feeling of something coming to a complete halt is, well, when you're from the 10, you go from the 10 to the Ace. So I want to say that whatever it is it's being returned to you in a fashion that matches you better, like in a truer way. In a truer way. Okay, so that was a lot came through there. All right, so let's get into the actual spread. So your reading is starting off with lots of cosmic activity, and in the astrology forecast right now, there is, okay, so in this card, the Strength card, your first card in the reading, we have, I typically see this as these two triangles up here, the sun and this moon energy, as coming together. And that is relevant here. But what I've never even noticed this, but in the background we have this giant, I think it's supposed to be like a moon, or even actually the sun. I don't know. It's irrelevant. But, and then there's also this little one here in the corner. And right now we are having a Jupiter and, I was going to say Mercury, but it's not Mercury. Jupiter and Mars conjunction. And when a conjunction happens, both of those energies come together. So we're talking about this Mars energy and this Jupiter energy coming together. And the strength of this conjunction is affecting what is happening, what is occurring in your life at the moment. And I feel as though, sorry, my nose is like super itchy. With the next cards that are coming up, Okay, let's start here. So we have the Six of Swords. And with this coming together, I'm hoping that you can see the correlation. But we have these two swords up here and this rose. And it's like as the conjunction comes together, this cosmic event comes together, these swords are clipping or pruning away, these things that you love. We're talking about something that you find remarkably beautiful, like a flower. And it's speaking of that this cosmic activity is causing those things to be either pruned away, or it feels as though they're being taken away from you. It's like it feels as though the things that you find beautiful in your life are suddenly moving away from you. And that is reiterated again with the next card that's coming up in your spread, which is the movement card. It's like all of these things that you enjoy are suddenly being like, I don't want to say that. It's like they're suddenly like disappearing, or like it might come across as like, I'm trying to kind of go in order, but it's well, later on, I mean, we have the Ace of Coins, which in the Libra reading was talking about like gatherings or get-togethers with your friends. So perhaps you were wanting to like hang out or do something really special with somebody, somebody that you find remarkably beautiful, and it's like it's being ripped away from you. And with this snake movement energy, it's talking about the way in which it's being taken away from you is kind of like out of sight type of thing. It's like under, it's so strange. It's like under the cover of the night. Under the cover of the night, because this is in the shadow, it's like it's been taken away from you. And then when you wake up in the morning, it's almost like you're confused because it was just there the night before, and now it's like you just slept and now it's not there anymore, and you're like, what happened? Where did it go? How did it leave so fast? And I didn't even see that it was gone. And it was so quick and so fast that you didn't even have a chance to like see the movement happening. And there on your end, with the cards that are coming next, the Reclaim, it's talking about, it's almost like you're scrambling to like pull it back, to bring whatever you're wanting back in, to bring that beauty back into your life. It's like, it's a very rushed energy. Like, and you know what, this type of energy has been presented, who was yesterday? Leo and Virgo, I don't know. But it's a very similar energy where it's kind of like a little bit manic, but what it is it's like it was something that was taken away so abruptly that you're scrambling, trying to find it, trying to find it again. There's a lot of energy in the collective right now of trying to find something. And this is what this reclaim energy is talking about. And it's like anytime you get close to snatching it back with this snake energy, it's like it just slithers right out of your, okay, hang on. Because I'm seeing that it's that what you're trying to reclaim is in the mouth. And what I'm seeing here is that beauty is, it's all related to the jaw and the mouth. I'm going to peer into that and see what that is. We could be talking about, okay, especially with swords energy, we could be talking, and the mouth, I mean, come on. The words that you're trying to speak, words of pleasure, words of, you know what I mean? Like, okay, here's what's happening. All right, let's go back to this conjunction. So Mars talks about passion, right? It can even be like expressing a lot of passion. And then the Jupiter energy talks about an expansion. So the expansion of the things that you find beautiful, passionate, all of that stuff. It's as if, and I was saying before, I feel like I was saying before, but the strength of it is, it can be overwhelming. So it's as if like you're trying to search for those words to express, right? Your passion with the wands. There's wands here, energy. And it feels as though like it's become so overwhelming that you can't, it's like you've been rendered speechless. 12:21 on the clock. 12:21 talks about this connection here. 12:21 speaks of like connection with your higher self. And so, okay, so this expression, there we go. What you think has been ended is being returned to you, but it's like this expression has been like, it's become so overwhelming that you can't even like pull it forward anymore. It's like you've been rendered speechless. It's become so overwhelming. Wow. Okay. That was intense. I didn't see that coming in. Okay. So, gosh, I'm kind of like shaking. It feels like very, like a nervous energy. Like a nervous energy. It's like everything is coming all at one time, but then it just goes away so quickly. All right, so let's just move on. And we're starting off your second row with death. And this death card in particular talks about, so I do have multiple death cards. And this one talks about so it, in literal terms, it's like literally the glory of death. But here it's speaking about the things that come after death. It's like in the decomposition of death, more beautiful things can come out of it. It's like in order to reach another level of beauty, this has to have, everything needs to be decomposed so that it can be like rearranged in a certain way and then be rebuilt again. It's kind of, I mean, it's even talking about, there's these mushrooms here. It's like mushrooms can only grow if things are dying. They grow on dying things. And let's see, let's just go. So it's followed by the Ace of Coins. Did I say this? I can't remember if I said this or not, but the Ace of Coins the other day was coming in the Libra reading as like a gathering of like a friend group gathering and hanging out. There it was talking about like hanging out with your coworkers. And it's like, so this, I'm thinking of my Cancerian friend right now because we were supposed to hang out today and we're actually not going to hang out. So this is, I think that this is what this is talking about. It's like you were supposed to like be doing something beautiful, like hanging out with your friends, and it's been ripped away from you, or at least you feel as though it's been ripped away from you. It's the opportunity, right, has ended. It's died, is what is what's going on in your mind. And but what I'm seeing here is actually that it's like this seed, the seed of the beauty that could come out of hanging out, it has been planted. It's the reason why you can't see it is because the seed is actually under the ground. You see what I'm saying? Like you can have a seed in your hand, but that seed can never blossom into something as beautiful as a rose because it hasn't been planted yet. It needs the planting needs to happen. So it's like you have to feel that it's not even necessarily a loss. It feels as though it's a loss, but you have to let it go in order for it to come back to you in a form that is true to who you are. And that's what we were talking about in the underlining, is that this, like that 10 is going to then come back as the ace, which is truth. So I feel as though it's coming back to you in a different form, perhaps, but it is going to come back to you, and it's going to be more glorious than it would have been if you had experienced it before this conjunction. You see what I'm saying? So, up next we have the, okay, so I'm trying to see how this wants to come out. We have the Seeker of Cups. And this is you here. My legs are going now. All right, so this is you here. And you are, let me just tilt this so that you can see the imagery. You're seeking your wishes, right? The wish of, with the wishbone here, you're seeking the wish. It's kind of like you're just hoping. You're hoping that it comes back to you. It's a lot of hope, wishing, like that what you had to plant is actually going to come to fruition. There is actually going to be some type of beauty that you will experience, even though you had to let it go. And I know here it's being presented as kind of like just one thing, but with the 10 of coins that is coming afterwards, I'm seeing it as lots of different things. You see all of these things. So yeah, this seed here might be just one aspect of all the things that you feel have suddenly escaped you. There's multiple things. Like, see, we have, let me find the seed. Yeah, there's a seed. There's also these like bones, a wing, thorns, all kinds of different objects that you find beauty, that you find beautiful. It's like all the beauty has been, like, I was just about to say eclipsed, but it's as though you feel as though all the beauty has been removed from your life, and you're hoping that it all returns back to you. Okay, so, and there's something coming up here. It's like one gets removed, and then you wake up and you're like, what the heck? It was just there, and now it's gone. And then the next night happens, and you wake up again, and it's like another thing, yet another thing has been removed. And it's almost like a succession, like through like a couple of days, that things have just been constantly been like pruned away from you. And so with this destruction card here, this is the ending of your reading, but with this destruction, it's talking about, it's like it's as though you are looking towards the heavens, if you will, and this is coming across, this is a lot of anger, actually. It's speaking of, like, it's that Mars energy. It's coming across as anger. It's like, all right, you can't keep taking things from me. This is not going to happen anymore. It's like you're standing up to the cosmos. Damn, girl. Okay, so it's like you're standing up to the cosmos, and it's like, you're not going to take anything else away from me. You've already taken enough, is what I'm seeing. And there is this one thing up here at the top of this 10 of coins, this diamond. And what I'm seeing here is that it's almost like there is a part of you, there is an acceptance that all of these other things have been removed from your life. Perhaps you see that its removal is beneficial, because then it can be recreated into something that is even more beautiful than it was before. It's almost like with roses, it's like you have to cut them in order to make a bouquet of flowers, right? So it's like you see that in order to make something even more beautiful, there is a part of it that has to go through that destruction, go through that like death process in order for it to come back better. But what I'm seeing here is that it's like you're okay with all of these other things going, but you're not okay with this. It's as if something is threatening to take this away. And that is not okay with you. You are standing up to the cosmos and telling the cosmos that, no, you can take all of this and we can make all of this more beautiful than it was before. But this aspect here, which I want to say, oh my God, cards are flying everywhere. Hang on. Which I want to say is this. Oh. Because I'm seeing this crystal here in the center. So it's talking about a connection. This connection is you are not allowing this connection to be taken away from you. Taken feels very like extreme. There's a lot of strength in the word to take, you know what I mean? To remove. And this connection will not, you are not allowing it to be removed. But I feel as though it's like all of these were just kind of the building blocks. I'm talking about like building blocks for something new. And then this aspect here is the crescendo event. And I'm thinking that this conjunction that is happening is the crescendo event that will remove this from your grasp. And I feel as though because you are standing up to this cosmic energy so strongly, it's like they have to do it behind your back. It has to be done in the cover of the night, because otherwise you wouldn't let it go. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be done under the cover of the night, like how I was talking before. But what I want to say is that I know that it feels as though all of these things are ending, you know, especially with the Ten of Swords, the Death. We have, you know, the Six of Swords, which talks about moving away from. We have this kind of, this energy here, you know what I mean? That's taking things from your grasp, and you're trying to clutch to it, it's like trying to hold on for dear life. But what I'm seeing here, it's like the things that have been taken are being replanted into the soil back again so that they can be rebirthed. The Death card talks about a rebirth, but this card in particular talks about a rebirth into something that is even more glorious. And I'm feeling as though, because we're also you're going from the Ace of Coins to the 10 of Coins. So it's like just as fast as it's being taken away is just as fast as it's being returned to you. Because when this conjunction happens, yeah, they come together, but then they also move past each other. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they come together and then they move past. So it's only a moment in time in which you feel as though this has been taken away from you. And then it all comes right back again. But when it comes back again, it's coming back in a different form, a more pure form, especially with this Seeker of Cups talking about, it does talk about innocence and purity. It's coming back to you in a more pure form that truly resembles your Cancerian energy, your heart energy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I think that is where we're going to be ending here. I just want to do a quick check back through and see if there's anything else that would like to be expressed. I don't believe so. All right, Cancer, thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I enjoyed it. Have a good day. See ya. Bye.